Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm a professor of economics. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how to get an A, how to score an A in any college class. I'm going to look at it from a non-academic standpoint. Obviously, the academics weigh the heaviest, but there are some subconscious ideas which can boost your grade. Why? Because professors are only human. We're all human. And we're influenced by these interpersonal and subconscious ideas and observations. So the three ways, I have it a little bit clickbait, is one, have a relationship with your professor, two, look good, and three, Tinder. Now, before you go to the dean and, turn me in, listen to what I have to say. Have a relationship with your professor. That means simply build a rapport. Show your professor, him or her, that you have interest in the subject. Tell them why you're studying, what your dreams are, what your goals are, what your ambitions are. Go to the professor's office, meet with the professor after class, discuss the ideas that are relevant to the class. Let him or her know that you have an interest. Get to know what his ideas are. Get to know what her ideas are. For example, I teach economics. I love the Swedish economist Knut Wicksell and his theory of interest rate. If you know something about that and you can discuss with me after that and interject, compare that interest rate with the Fisher rate of interest, I'm like, wow, this student is interested in my class. Because as professors, we all want to make a difference. We all care about every student and we want to make a difference in their lives. And when you have this rapport, you build this relationship with your professor in a subconscious way, in theory, it could alter the grade. Because this is somebody who cares about the subject, learning, and can think critically and objectively. Okay, number two, look good. Obviously, I know what you're thinking, but no. What I'm saying is, as I'm standing in front of the class, I can see students who are interested and those who aren't. If you come into class and you look like you just partied all night and you're half asleep and you're kind of spacing out and looking at the ceiling, that's one thing. But then the student shows up and looks good. They're sitting in the front of the class. Sit in the front of the class if you can. Get right in the professor's face so he knows who you are. Sit up straight. Take notes. I see somebody sitting up straight, taking notes, leaning forward, nodding and affirming, and even raising their hand. It doesn't hurt. You don't have to. That you dress fairly well in the sense you could go to the thrift store and dress well. I'm just saying, don't look at it like you just came out partying all night and you just space out and lean back in your chair. I know it's hard. But at 20, you should be 21 forever. You should be moving mountains at your age. And really, even when I was in school, I was sometimes I had techniques. I would take a pencil or a pen and jam it in my hand just so I wouldn't fall asleep in class. I look like I have the stigmata after class. Do what you have to look alert, look sharp, because the professor may not know you personally or anything about you outside of class, but just like in a job interview or when you're at work, they're going to have these subconscious judgments about you based on what they observe. So if you're looking sharp, looking good, you come into class, look alert, it means a lot. Number three, Tinder. Okay, before again you go marching to the dean's office, listen to what I have to say. Those who use electronic devices in my class coincidentally don't score as well. I don't know what it is. And I can observe this and I can see their performance on exams. Maybe they're taking notes in detail about my lecture on their cell phone. But I suspect Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Tinder are the more likely scenarios. So if you want to bring electronic devices into class, even if you're taking notes, it looks like you're taking notes, you have your computer, I'm skeptical. Isn't it better to actually be leaning forward, listening, and taking notes by hand? There's the act of writing. Even when you're using these books, a lot of people use ebooks. I think the brain absorbs things better with the physical book in front of you. It's just the way your brain through evolution has been constructed. So there you have it. These are three non-academic ways to influence your grade in a very positive way. My goodness, if you just did these three things, the academics will take care of themselves largely. I'll have another video on how to score an A with academics, But these are confessions and untold stories that professors don't tell you about. 1, build a rapport, have a relationship with your professor. Be that person who's always running up the class, oh professor, oh professor. 2, look good, look sharp. And again, I'm not talking about looking like an Instagram model. I'm talking about looking attentive and taking notes, sitting in the front of the class. What an easy credit that is. That's extra credit for you. Stay off Tinder, stay off electronic devices, Snapchat, WhatsApp. Just stay off it, close your computer, and listen and look. Because I want to know, am I making a difference in somebody's lives? That's the whole reason I'm teaching. If I wanted to make money, I could go to the bank and make some money. But I'm teaching because I want to know that I'm making a difference, and that shows me if somebody's looking good, leaning forward, being attentive and an active learner, that they care and they're going to score better. That's just the way it is, whether it's subconscious or I actually see the results on the exam. So thank you very much. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, leave in the comments below. I'm going to have another video on very concrete, simple rules, how to study and to score well. Thank you very much.